Hi, it's Dara. In today's video, we're going to discuss healthy habits and entering our healthy era. That's right, we're going healthy, baby. We are going to discuss what it means to be healthy. There are a lot of strong opinions out there, as well as the do's and don'ts. But what does it all mean? What does it boil down to for us as individuals? So we're going to be digging into that. We'll also look at how to prioritize our own well-being, which can be difficult when we're being pulled in multiple directions. And then be sure to stay tuned till the end because I'm giving away a free tool to help us with reprogramming our brain so it actually wants to do our new healthy habits versus our brain sometimes fighting against our new healthy habits. So if that's something that you're interested in, be sure to stick around to the end. With that, welcome back to Euphony Within. On this channel, we like to discuss the mindset that helps us to achieve the ultimate level of happiness through happy, healthy living. If that sounds like something that would be up your alley, hit subscribe, hang out, come back for some more videos, become a member of our family. We'd love to have you. All right, what does it mean to be healthy? Being healthy is more than just being fit or eating the exact right foods all the time. That's not always sustainable or realistic for people. And so healthy is really about developing a lifestyle and a way of eating or moving your body that works best with your body. So healthy takes on a lot of different avenues. It's not so cut and dry. Really just developing a lifestyle that fits well for what your ultimate goals are, which we'll talk about here in a minute and how to even figure that out. But again, the main thing is just consistency and taking care of both our mind and our bodies, and then just really maintaining a sense of a balanced lifestyle, or really just everything in moderation, so to speak. That can really help. And just making sure that we're prioritizing our rest as well, because rest is equally as important in everything. I know we're all hustle, grind, all those types of things, but our bodies do actually need rest, and we do need rest some days too. So that is also part of being healthy, is resting. I know, unpopular opinion, but it can be actually really beneficial for your body because it needs help with repairing. So having a great balance between our bodies, our mind, and our emotions, as well as having a good social circle. These are all parts of things that help us with having a healthy and fulfilling life. So a lot of times when we think healthy, we think salad or we think the gym, but it's so much more than that. If you ever watch the Blue Zone documentary on Netflix, one of the great things that you learn in looking at these people who are making it to 100 or more is that there's a sense of community. They do physical movement every day through their daily life, whether it's going for walks or their household chores. And they also, again, challenge their brain by learning something or playing instruments or reading. So again, it doesn't necessarily have to be a box that we're put in or that we see all over social media. Being healthy is really about moving our bodies, taking care of our minds and our emotions, and having community in a way that helps us feel like we're doing okay in life, and that's okay, and it's going to look different for each person. One of the things we talk about in our healthy habits tool is it's okay if my healthy habits look different than the person next to me, and that's a huge thing that is not talked about a lot, and it's going to look different for different people. Some people are going to say strawberries are super healthy, it's all strawberries, and some people are going to have a bad reaction to strawberries and it's not actually healthy for them. So again, that's where we as individuals come into this. And so it really is developing a system or a healthy habit routine that works with you and your body. All right, so just remembering, this is about achieving and maintaining good health. That's what being in our healthy era is about. Again, it's a lifelong journey, and it's about making conscious choices every day that support our overall well-being. And by making these choices consistently over time, we can really truly thrive in all aspects of our lives. So I will repeat that one more time. Achieving and maintaining good health is a lifelong journey. It's about conscious choices that we're making every day to support our overall well being. And by making these choices on a consistent basis over time, we can truly thrive in all aspects of life. All right, so while we're talking about what's being healthy, it's not just about losing weight and fitting into a certain size. Health is going to look differently for each individual, as we've been saying. I hope that comes across the most. It's individualized healthiness. Um, but again, if you look over the decades, centuries, and things like that, our bodies have looked very differently than maybe what's being marketed or advertised right now. So sometimes that's one of the things that clients can come up with and feel the most frustrated is, oh, my body's not like this anymore. Oh, I want to look like this. But how do we get to a place where we can actually be okay within our bodies and know that we're doing what we can to take care of it? Because sometimes it's an unrealistic expectation that we're setting for ourselves. Not saying it's not attainable, but sometimes, again, what's realistic, what's sustainable long term, maybe the sweet spot is what are things that you can do on a daily basis that maybe sometimes there's more fun things going on, and so you enjoy a piece of pizza and you don't feel guilty about it. Pizza's not really the enemy there. It's all the other habits that are compiling into that as well. And just being reminded that it's not just the absence of disease, but a general fullness of wellness and vitality that adds to being healthy. You can be all shapes and sizes and feel healthy and wellness and vital and those types of things. So again, that's why we try not to focus so much on the weight piece of things, even though that can be a very measurable goal. Really paying attention to how you feel in your body is going to be a big indicator of our overall healthiness. It's also important to mention that it's not just about our physical health, but also our mental and emotional health. For example, stress can have a negative impact on our physical well-being that can be triggered by our mental and emotional wellness as well. So when we talk about what's healthy, we have to look at all of the things that are going on because they all impact each other, and again are just intertwined, so to speak. So we need to make it a priority when we're talking about being healthy about our mental, emotional, and physical well-being, because those are the things that are really going to help with building a healthy life and being in our healthy era. It's okay to think about how we're feeling or what's stressing us out, or to admit that maybe we don't enjoy something that we're having to do every day. Well, what are the things that we can do to relieve that emotional stress or mental stress so that it doesn't have a physical effect on our overall health, or to lead to our unhealthy coping skills that can come out, i.e. eating a whole pint of ice cream, those types of things. So again, not that eating ice cream is bad, but when we're doing it to soothe our emotions, our mental wellness, then that has a negative impact on our physical wellness. So again, how do we make sure that we take care of both aspects all at the same time? And again, this is a skill that's learned. This is a lifelong journey to achieving health and these skills that we're looking to do. So again, you may look at yourself at one point like, oh, I did this all the time, but maybe it doesn't work for you now. All right, so let's look at what are some questions we can ask ourselves to know how to be in our healthy era. What are the things that we need to do for us as individuals, the healthy habits that we need to create so that, again, we're in our healthy era, baby. Let's bring it on. So the first question to kind of look through would be, what does healthy look like to you? Yes, you, right there. What is healthy for you? That's going to look differently for each person. So if you close your eyes for a second and just hear the question again, what comes up to your mind? So close your eyes, unless you're driving. Don't close your eyes if you're driving. What is healthy? What do you see as healthy? Is it playing pickleball? Is it going for a walk or swimming? Is it meeting up with friends for coffee? Is it journaling? Is it drinking water? Again, what does healthy look like for you? It can be a lot of different ways, and if we remember, we don't have to be perfect. It's about building healthy habits to being in our healthy era. Again, long term, not short term here. And maybe you might need another little question to spark that. And that next question would be, what area of your life do you feel like needs to be healthier in that area? Again, it's not just physical health with what we eat and our exercise. It's really about the mental, emotional, physical well-being. Maybe it's decluttering. Maybe it's reaching out to a friend that you haven't seen in a while and just getting to catch up. Maybe it's having a conversation with your loved ones about something that's been on your mind or your heart, and you really want to feel connected versus disconnected. Again, all healthy habits and things that are skills to practice. Doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to be skilled experts. It might feel awkward at first. Um, why things feel awkward when we first doing them in our nicotine sensation class. One of the questions we do is, hey, write your address with your non-dominant hand. So I'm right-handed, so for my left hand, if I wrote my name and my address, it would come out. First off, it feels really weird. You should try this, by the way. And the other thing is it looks very childlike and like someone who's first learning to write. And that's because it is. I don't use this hand to write with very often. And that's the same thing with our habits. It's going to feel awkward and chunky and wonky until the more we do it, it's going to feel more natural to us. So when we talk about what area do you feel like needs to be healthier, just remembering that's a skill you're going to be working on there. It's not necessarily going to feel super intuitive right away. Sometimes it takes time of building that muscle or that brain wave in your head. The next question would be asking yourself, what does your perfect, happier, healthier life look like? What does it look like? What do you see that being like? And that helps us break down the goals to getting to there. Maybe your healthier, happier life is being, not having to worry about bills. Maybe it's spending time with family. Maybe it's, working 40 hours instead of 60 hours. Maybe it's being able to, again, socialize and just visit people and those types of things. Or maybe it's travel. That's a big one people talk about when I ask the question, what would you do if you had an unlimited bank account? So again, what does a healthier, happier life look like for you? And that can really help us determine what our healthier era looks like and where we're trying to get to. What's that benchmark? We talked about that a little bit in the last week's video. So if you haven't seen that, I will link it at the end of this video so that you can watch that as well. Okay, and then what do we need to do to get there? We kind of touched on this a little bit here just a few minutes ago, but what do you need to get there? I want to be able to get back to walking more consistently and it not setting me back with my physical wellness, and being able to work out, strength training, because I felt good in my body when I did that, not because anyone else. I didn't really care. It's not about like how I look. It's really just more about knowing that I'm taking care of my body so that I can be healthy into my elderly years and that kind of stuff too. So what does that look like? I am starting out with a walking goal, and then sometime in the next 6 months I will try to do at least, 1 day of strength training type of a thing. But again, I know what my end goal is and I'm working to get there. Physical ones are super easy, but maybe it's working on building a healthy relationship with someone in your life or a loved one in your life. That can take time too. So again, communicating, maybe having touch bases to see how things are going. So that can be, how do you get to that healthier habits that you're looking for your healthier area? And lastly, kind of looking at, are there any daily habits that you have been wanting to start? Maybe you don't have this overall picture. Maybe you just need it broken down into smaller things. Okay, what's something you've been wanting to do? Learn a new language. Maybe it's journaling, like I said. Maybe it's just something as simple as cleaning the dishes at the end of the day or at the beginning of the day. It can be small little habits that again help us to feel healthier overall from our mental, emotional, and physical wellness. And then what would you say is holding you back from starting these habits? That is a big thing to kind of think about. Because it's okay, what are those barriers? What are the things that keep us from doing it? Do we really want to do it? And just being honest with ourselves. Anytime we say I should, a lot of times it's just not as important to us, and we think, oh well, other people expect me to do this, so I should do this, but it's not necessarily something that's important to you, and that's okay. That's what the point of all this is about. Developing things that are good for you as an individual and for your life and for your loved ones, and how that makes sense for you. So those are the questions to kind of ask yourself, and then kind of seeing again how that fits for you. What does that healthier air look like for you as an individual? And knowing you're in it, baby, we got this. Okay, you may be saying to yourself, Dara, I have a hard time wanting to do the healthy habits. Yes, lack of motivation, lack of desire can be a big thing, but that's not what we were talking about up to this point. We were just, hey, what would it look like? So in order to help retrain our brain from, again, those negative thought patterns or those negative habits that we don't want anymore, we have to start giving it something else to focus on, so it starts to realize, hey, we have new habits. We're in our healthier era. This is something where we're going. And so one of those things that can help with that are affirmations. I personally have used affirmations for my own mental, physical, and emotional wellness for quite some time. And it's just something that can, again, just after a few days even of listening, really can change our internal voice that can be loud sometimes. So again, how do we do this? So I have created a wonderful free healthy habits affirmation tool for you to use. To receive this, all you have to do is go to euphoniewithin.com, and you can either click join the community tab, or there's a free tool tab. Put your name and email in, and it will send you a wonderful video to watch. There will also be a PDF version that you can print out for those who like to hang stuff up on their mirrors, create artsy projects with it, or even just having it up at work or wherever that might be. So we really try to cover all bases here, but the main thing is how do we help us with being in our healthy era? And that is listening to things that help reprogram our brain so that it's like, hey, we're in our healthy era. Let's do this, right? So that again is my free gift to you guys. It's something that's been helpful for myself and helpful for my clients, and I'm really excited to be able to offer that to you guys. So again, you can just head over to euphoniewithin.com and you click join the community or the free tool tab, and it will walk you through everything you need. All right, our special guest is my niece, who wanted to help me close out the video today. Take it away.
Thank you for watching. Be sure to like the video and subscribe and hit that notification bell for future videos.
All right, until next time, remember, you're not alone. And while the sun may not be shining today or tomorrow, it will come out again. See you next Wednesday.